Hey, I'm glad that you've joined us this evening. Hey, buddy. Huh? Okay. He wants to help, but I'm not sure if that's going to all work out this evening for what we're doing. What you do?
You want to unplug certain things?
Huh?
You want to unplug?
Oh yeah, we'll unplug this. We'll need the microwave though. Really, this evening, what we're talking about is just being content. A lot of times, when we're getting up in the mornings, we just want something really quick, and I forgot to hit the button. We want something really quick, and it's not easy to do sometimes. So, one of the things that I like just in the mornings is oatmeal. But in reading I could have my oatmeal actually done by the time I finish reading the instructions, especially if you want it on the stovetop, because I've had oatmeal before, and it's pretty good. That's honey over there too. By the time I finished reading this, we would already know that I'm gonna use the microwave. But for instance, if I wanted to use a pot and pan, it's already going to take me at least 5 minutes to cook. Then it's got to sit for 2 or 3 minutes. But then the water or milk has to heat up. So already I'm looking at 10 minutes minimum just to cook on the stovetop. But in the microwave, I can take this out and I can make it really, really quick. This says use a half a cup of oats. That makes a lot of oatmeal. And I usually use about a third of a cup. So, and I don't know about you guys, but I usually don't measure. I just scrape some out in a bowl. About that much. And that's about a third of a cup. Okay? Then it says, we're going to see. Yep. That's about a third of a cup. Except, just for that. So you got a third of a cup, and then usually what I do, I'm going to start over because I'm going to show you, because I like honey and cinnamon in my oatmeal. And whenever you have everything in, if you put the cinnamon and honey in last, then all of the cinnamon is going to be on the top of your oatmeal while it's cooking. So what I do is I put my honey and cinnamon on the bottom, and then I put my oatmeal. The reason I'm not putting a pinch of salt is because I'm going to use salted butter. Now, there's some water. If you're not sure how much water to put in there, put enough so that the oatmeal is just under the water, top of the water. In my microwave, it's going to take about 2 minutes. God's Word says, I have found that whatever state I'm in, to be content. I know what it's like to have a lot and not have a whole lot. And I know what it's like to win, I know what it's like to lose, and I really like winning. But I don't let it discourage me, because that's just part of it. And because we're to be content, there was one other thing that I wanted to do. Thank you. You like cinnamon? Can it smell it? Smell. Does it smell good? Yeah, that is good. We'll put that over there. Because I have so much more time, instead of taking 10 minutes to do stovetop, that means, if you'll allow me just to get in here for a second, that's going to give me, excuse me, I'm going to have to wash my apple again. But we're all family, and we don't have a lot of time. So, bless you. Thank you so much. Okay, So what I'm going to do, that's going for 2 minutes, and it's going to give me enough time. You want some apple? Okay. That's going to give me enough time to get at least a half an apple diced up if I wouldn't have been talking and paying attention. So this is going to give me enough time to be able to cut up my apple. Yeah, that's hot sauce. We're going to use that in just a second. I'll put my apples in here. Alright, here we go. You can use granola and fresh fruit for your oatmeal. I like to have just a little bit of a crunch. That's why I'm using Honeycrisp apples, because they're delicious. Thank you. Alright, so the oatmeal is ready. This is almost ready to sprinkle into my oatmeal. Now remember, if you're... It did. We got it. Alright.
Is it hot?
It is. It's warm. Okay, so careful. So we have our oatmeal with honey. I'm going to stir it, give it a stir. But it's going to taste so much better with
What are we doing?
butter.
Are we doing that one?
Nope, we already measured that.
Are we doing that
Okay, so there's my salt.
one? Are we doing that?
And now, while...
Are we doing that?
Yes, we did. We used 1/3 of oatmeal to put in here, from here. We did it. Now, I can let that set and get ready. I'm going to put some apples on here. So now I have a little bit of crunch with... This is contentment because it's delicious oatmeal. But there's also something else that we usually have for breakfast. A lot of times we have grits. But right now, I'm going to put this butter in a 1/2 cup of honey. And I'm going to let this warm up. Because remember, I mentioned that I like to win. But I know what it's like to win. And I know what it's like to lose. Well... I had to adapt tonight because I just had a disaster in the kitchen and I didn't have to punt, but since I already had my sausage made, and I know that there's a game that's going to be, it's the Super, I don't even know who's playing, but I do know that there's a Super Bowl, and most of the time, I don't even watch the game, but I do like the food. Some of it is, it's just good. Snack food, sandwiches, things like that. So what I did is I used, hey, be careful now. And don't get that. Okay, this is going to help my, with my sausage and cheese balls. I used a full bag of grated cheese. This is the 7-ounce bag. 7 ounce, 8 ounce, that's going to be fine. And a package of sausage. That's mild. Use mild because the folks that are coming over to have sausage balls, that's really hot. Let's don't play with that. Sorry, buddy. They'll probably want to use their own spiciness. Okay, it's kind of like whenever you have buffalo wings or whatever. You can have them spicy and you can eat them, or you can make them mild and let everybody enjoy them, and then you put your added sauce on there. So what I did, I had made, because I adapted, I was content and I didn't panic. But what I did is, this is a cool way to display them too. Whenever you put them out for the game, these are sausage balls. It has the package of grated cheese, sharp cheddar, and you're making them almost like you do biscuits, except you don't have to put the oil in them because there's enough oil from the cheese and from your sausage. Make sure you drain the sausage, but there's enough oil in there. And then you add about a cup of self-rising flour and enough milk to make a stiff batter. Okay. So what I'll do now, oh my goodness, I forgot about these. Have you ever had leftover cheese grits? Let me tell you what you do with that. You grease a mini muffin tin and put your grits in this and bake them to get them crispy all around the side, and then you wind up having little, this is cheese grit, like, and they're delicious. You can dip them in the honey butter. Oh my goodness, that's delicious. You could just serve these like this and dip them. However, because God is so good, we will put it in a different way. So let's do this. We're going to get a couple of these. And this is honey and butter. And we're going to drizzle this all over it.
It's my turn.
Okay. And then, hang on, buddy. A little bit of fresh coffee. And because it's, you know, you can have breakfast any time of the day. You can enjoy what God has given us. And my goodness, hasn't God been good? Your sausage cheese balls are going to need to cook for about 10 to 12 minutes on 350. And when you put some honey butter on those, I'm telling you, it's going to be really good. Guests are going to love it. You can present it in an iron skillet or just on a plate. But just know that God's goodness has provided all of this. And what started out as just simple cheese and sausage, or just oatmeal, has turned out to be something really, really good. You may not like oatmeal, but when it has cinnamon and honey and Honeycrisp apples diced up in it, you could have this for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and you'll be content, especially if you have a really good cup of coffee. Hey, I hope you guys have a great evening. It's been wonderful sharing the time with you. I guess I'll have to have some sausage balls. Y'all have a fantastic evening. Invite some friends over for the game and have a snack. God bless you. Have a good evening.